My name is Mike Campanaro. I'm with Harbor One Mortgage, division of Harbor One Bank. We're a New England-based bank, 100-year-old bank. We opened up a mortgage division in New Jersey January of 2019, and been in the New England states, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida for many years. And like I said, in January of 19, we came to Jersey. I've been in the business since 93. So there's a lot that I probably have not seen. So just the fact that I've survived it, I guess, makes me lucky. 2008-9 was a huge test, obviously, with the financial credit crisis, and now COVID. So things that we've experienced and made it through, I think says a lot to the overall economy and the way products work and customer service and staying in the business this long. In my opinion, it's as easy today to lend money as it ever was. I mean that. The key is knowing your craft. And what do I mean by that? I mean, getting everything up front from the client. If you get everything up front and address all the issues up front, there won't be an issue closing on time, regardless of what's going on out there. That's the key. So, the market's hot right now. It's a humongous seller's market, and refinances are still booming. So it's there's a lot of activity, I don't see it slowing down in New Jersey for a while. Who knows what's going to happen after the election, but I think we're going to continue to stay hot for a while.
What would you say is a good target rate that if someone is paying, they should without a doubt talk to you? I mean, obviously it's affected by each individual, but if someone's at a certain threshold number where you're like, makes your mouth water a little when you hear that that's what they're paying.
Yeah, you know what? And you'd be surprised, people are still in the fours, but a lot aren't. A lot are in the 3 5/8, 3 3/4 range. I think it's still worth the conversation on 3 3/4. A couple weeks ago, it definitely made sense to have that conversation before Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac came out with the news of a 0.5 point hit to all refinances. So refinance rates are about 1/4 to, in some cases, a 0.5 point higher than purchase rates right now. Okay. For example, a 30-year fixed purchase rate is like 2 7/8, and a 30-year fixed conventional refi rate is 3 3/4 with no cash out. And we still have the luxury, my bank, to still do cash out refinances. A lot of institutions aren't doing them. None of the big guys are. Wells, Chase, Bank of America, they won't do cash out refis. So, so the fact that we can still do that's another benefit, regardless of where their rate is.
Excellent. What other questions do people have?
I just want to make a comment too, just because I'm literally going through the process right now with him. I've done this many times, I've dealt with many mortgage brokers, but really Mike, or maybe it's the Harbor One thing. I don't know if it's just your process or if it's your individual style, but just so simple. Like, they have this app that is really easy to fill out the fields. Nothing's submitted unless you have everything there. So it's not like you have to keep going back. Oh, can you give me this? Can you give me this? Can you give, there's a whole list of stuff. And, once you fulfill that list, everything's submitted. So it was just really easy. And I appreciated that, because I've been through the process many times, and it's just like, it's so cumbersome. And, I just felt like the process was shorter and more enjoyable.
Well, thank you.
So Mike, which states do you actively write in, and are you in New Jersey, or are you up north in New England, or where are you?
I'm here in New Jersey. I'm in Northwest New Jersey. I live in Long Valley. So I'm right here in Morris County. And I write in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, North Carolina, Florida, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire.
Excellent. And besides someone who's currently paying too much or looking for a home, well, what other sources and who else should we be looking for when we think to talk to you about that?
So I do solely residential. I don't do anything on the commercial side. So really anybody residential, whether it be a primary residence, a second home, I do new construction and renovation, investment properties. So anything residential, pretty much I can do. We have a very aggressive jumbo product as well, which I actually think that the jumbo market, and when I say jumbo market, sale prices for 700 plus. I think those are the ones that are really going to take off even more when this whole thing settles, because what I'm seeing is that families, especially young families, are wanting their parents to live with them, or instead of sticking them in an elderly facility, they want to have them live with them. So bigger home sales, I think, are going to start moving a lot faster, because there's going to be a need to have mom or dad or both living with them to help out. So I think that's going to be a huge market. It's going to be jumbo market.
Yeah, and going back to that family that family homestead kind of, where it's basically a compound with multiple generations in the
Correct.
Same place.
Yeah,
because you're not leaving it. They're all working together.
Exactly. Absolutely, I agree. And and obviously we're noticing. I don't know if everybody's out in Western New Jersey on this call, but we're seeing so many people from New York, moving out, right? They're moving closer to, let's say, Morris, Hunterdon County, and into PA. They don't care about driving into the city at that point. So, or just working from home, because a lot more companies are going to be remote or working maybe 2 days in the office and 3 at home. So I see it. There's a huge boom going on right now. Houses are on the market literally one day. It's crazy. Yeah. It really is crazy. I had a client who made an offer on a house. I called the listing agent to really pump them up and let them know how good and qualified they were. They had no shot. Literally had no shot. It's amazing. It was a full price offer. They went over by 5,000, but now you got to go 5%, 10%, depending on the market. I had a client lose a house to someone who went 30% over. $100,000 over list price.
It's nuts. And as far as like construction type loans, I know, Joan, I don't think, Jonas, you do this anymore, but as far as going into fixing, repair, some of those type of loans, do you do any of those things?
I do. We have actually a very unique product. Our Harbor One home construction loan is actually amazing. It's a construction loan that can acquire land and build from the ground up all in one transaction. So it's not, okay, a home equity line of credit, then you have to refinance an end loan 10, 12 months later. This is all one loan, 30-year fixed. But that product also allows you to do renovations. So you can have an existing property that you're living in and refinance it to your dream home within this program. So it's our home construction loan that can be treated as a renovation loan as well. So you're not just subject to a 203K or a Fannie Mae home style and their specific guidelines. This is a Harbor One portfolio product that goes from $10,000 in construction cost to qualify